Hello everybody, this is Brett here, and I want to talk about Cherri Joe Bates, talk about debunking David Oranchak and the Zodiac case and how to solve it, like all three, and I am going to explain myself. Also, a person wanted an explanation where I said they brought in the suspect, and apparently they half did, so I will explain myself with that. So David was on Gary Stewart's TV show. David has censored my comments on his YouTube channel. His view is he doesn't want to waste time debating or discussing something that's already debunked, but I'm going to re-challenge him. See, they put David on Gary's own show to debunk Gary, but David only debunked one thing, and they only debunked, and I agree with the debunking of it, I'm not disagreeing, but they were selective. They do not debunk the two things, but just the one. But then they want to present it that everything was debunked, and that's the problem. This is a quick catch up here. This is the actual show. This is David's hands on his computer. Having Earl Van Best Jr. come across the screen like that. And as he says, you could do that with anybody's name. Given examples here and here. Okay, so this is what David was debunking Gary about, and that's fair enough. But then Gary's been written off due to this, and he's not perfect, but neither are police. Okay, David, I want you to debunk me. You claim to debunk everybody, you know, you put your videos out there, but I have challenged you, I emailed you, but you cannot use common logic. You cannot use statistics and stats, and even on your latest video about, oh, what are the odds of that? Well, I'm going to redirect it at you. What are the odds of that? Okay, first off, I was going to go here. The fact is that this was on the video, but here, this is Best. You got Van, Best, Jr., and Zedo in the 408 cipher. Okay, so what are the odds of that? What are the odds of Van, Best, Jr. appearing in the what do you ever call this, the 408 cipher? You just tell me, like, you know, you're the one debunking Gary Stewart and going along with mistruths of that doco because everyone else is saying their father is Zodiac, so you know the story. So we'll leave that there because I have got many findings. As I said, David Oranchak, so in the pivot site, as I said, you solved the 340. We got here, as you can see here, ZO Junior EV. You can see it there, okay? EV Junior ZO Zodiac. The 340 gets solved by David, and look whose name appears. Best, Earl, Van, Junior, ZO in both ciphers. And we're just getting started, as I like to say. So, we'll continue here. So we're going to go back to this location here. Also, that Earl Van Best name in 5 keys in the 408 cipher solve comes up here. You got Best and Earl. What are the odds of that? And ironically, if you put 408 cipher keys in the 340, you got Van Earl like here, like how it comes like EARL like that. That's the same way as here. Down here, EARL and BTS Best. This one here, the B stays, Van Best. What are the odds of that? And I'm going to show you something more significant than just this. Number one here, that the 408 that ends with the symbol E, and VE is only used to spell best. And ironically, that are the first symbols after the cipher is finished. And also here we have the X or J is represented by the X or something like that, and the R is reverse R in that cipher. So we have got Earl Van Best Jr. But that's not what I want to show you, people. Okay, so we're going out here, and once again, by coincidence, Earl Van Best. I'll look at this perfectly symmetrical V-shape thing here. Okay, and so now I'm going to go to this thing called expert level that I have made. Again, I have got this on YouTube. The bottom line is this: I was the first person to get the key to the 340. Yes, I am the person who discovered the key to the 340, and I can document it. It's on my YouTube of 2018, years before David. Sorry, David, but you did solve it with your little friend and computer thing, but I saw the key. Anyhow, so I claim this was by Earl. It's a long story, but this F becomes a B and the Y, and I can easily explain it and justify it, but today I'm not. The R, A, E, but that is the FKLM, so that's going to actually become the L, and that's going to go symbol A. I said, oh, that is by Earl, and I'm sure, okay, yous are not going to believe that. I'm sure that is the case, and ironically, that the 340 gets solved, and in that location with by Earl, this is in the 408 cipher. RA equals ZO in the 408. The word fun, it spells best. ZO best Earl, and I did not get that sorted out until the 340 got solved. And if the what is the things? If the things in the 408 cipher appear with 408 keys, I imagine that in the 340 cipher, in the 408 cipher, so getting confusing, 340 keys will spell Earl Best, and it does, and the FBEST, and that's the key for it. You can check it out yourself, and that's the bottom line. So, is Earl Van Best the Zodiac? Of course he is. He is so the Zodiac. It's not even funny. I swear, it's so true. Again, we got this guy, the best wishes, name in a paper like Earl Van Best, missing E above best, like in the other cipher. We've got handwriting, like if you look at the FBI Hoover letter, this is Earl. Look at how that goes down, slants up like that. A significant one is here is the flat-sided zero. Earl Van Best had flat-sided zeros for some reason. Donna Lass card, Channel 9 Zodiac letter, Earl Van Best, and this secret Zodiac little key here all have that. That's where I'm crossing my I's, dashing the T's, and that's the bottom line. So anyhow, what else to say? And gaps in cursive writing, what are the odds of that? Earl writes Francisco 3 different times using gaps in cursive writing. The Hoover letter, the Donna Lass letter, gaps in cursive writing, and we all know old Zodiac put gaps in his words, as we can see here. I'm not sure if you're seeing all this. Hello, so this is a continuation. So this is in regards to Cherri Jo Bates, God, Jesus, and science. Okay, as I said here, I dated this that the 16th of the 11th, 2017, that I claimed that God hit me when I was looking at this. I was typing this to Gary Stewart, the most dangerous animal of all, the thing. And I had no idea, and I just speculated. I said, oh, this looks like a weird whatever. But then, as I'm going to show here, that, and there was no, I did not see ads. I don't know if there were ads. That 4 days later, I was going to see that they were going to test Cherri Jo Bates' pants on the show Hunting the Zodiac. Kenneth Maines noticed a different shaped blood drop on her pants compared to the others, that where a killer may cut themselves and leave a thing. But on his YouTube channel, he also talks about a handprint and spending hours doing it. And he declares he did get a DNA profile. So, due to the sign, Zodiac did not kill Cherri Jo Bates. Okay, but the killer definitely did, because I'm going to go with this sign that I say God gave me, is the killer of Cherri Jo Bates in that DNA profile. But I pressed hard to, at the time, thinking, oh yeah, Earl Van Best Jr., I've got this, to, get this DNA compared to what they found on the show. That's my intention. And the person told me, whatever it was, it's 100%, but it's not Earl Van Best. But that's all I got told. I also know that at the time of the show, that Indonesia had no extradition order for a particular person, their prime suspect, and whatever. So, anyhow, so I just kept things to myself. Who knows what else I know? And I did a video saying, man, man, they brought him in. They extradited him back and brought him in. And then this commenter says, oh, are you sure about that? First off, he was skeptical, right? And he is right? He was skeptical. And then he like gets back to me, or how, you know, someone's actually taken photos of this guy, like they're stalking him. So that you're getting stalked, buddy, if you know that or not. I shall not tell you that. It's none of my business. But they say, no, he's in Indonesia. How can you say that he got extradited back to the US in regards to this when he's still in Indonesia? Well, put it this way. All right, let me have a drink. Number one, the person who told me this does know. So I went back to this person and I said, you told me that they brought him in. They brought him in. So I assumed that, well, that's logical. Now they've got extradition orders since 2022 or something like that, and they can bring him in. Well, that's what you mean, bring him in. No. And so if he's watching, anybody knows this guy, well, let's just go there, right? That the detectives flew to Indonesia and they managed to question him. I do not know the dynamics of that, and I'm only speaking now because you could say the truth's out of the bag, so to speak. And there's more to this story, there's more dynamics to this story, but the detectives did go back to Indonesia, and I don't know if they managed to use the law to bring him in to question him over there. So that's where I was at, and I got that wrong. But when a person says, when I knew some information, and a person says, oh, he got brought in, well, I assumed, well, now they can extradite, the laws have changed, and that makes common sense when you say, oh, they brought him in. And so that's what I just assumed. I thought, wow, that's amazing. So anyhow, and I'm just going to let that sit with that. So yeah, going back like with David Oranchak, he, like, I don't care. Probability and logic points to Earl Van Best Jr. The Donna Lass card, we have got the Best Wishes writer. For example, get a load of this. Here's the facts if you're listening this long. This is the Melvin Belli letter. Happy New Year. Is there an L inside that A? You tell me. Happy New Year. The next piece of information. Get a load of this. That's right before your eyes. Paul Avery. That 3 times Zodiac wrote in, added the L. Is he spelling Earl right in front of everybody's eyes? Earl, Earl, and even type underlining that E-A-R-L. I'm just saying. Sorry for the music, I should not sing. Okay, so, and again, the Donna Lass, the Best Wishes. We've got this one. As I said, Zodiac himself. My name in the papers, Best Wishes. Gee whiz, that's so obvious. I just can't believe that this is so hard to get anyone to. So how do you prove it? Okay, we'll go there quickly before I get the audience to lose interest. Go back to info. Here we go. So, and this is it. Get a load of this. So this is 3 letters that were not initially looked at and tested for DNA, and I don't even think they got anything here. So this was done years after, 5-7 years after the initial Sydney Holt letters. Okay, so we got this, and these particular one, these Chronicle, San Francisco Examiner, Vallejo Times Herald. Here's the dates here. Okay, so now we go to this spreadsheet, and look what we got here with this spreadsheet, everybody. So here, again, this is the thing. So this is these letters here. Look, there's a whole 3 of them, and they're all blank. See on this spreadsheet, these are blank. So here are the Riverside letters. Who knows? They're blank as well. They got done years later, and they're a prank. So we've got these letters. I think these are the amount of cells, like 10 cells, 12 cells. Like this is smaller than a speck of dust. And contamination. Also, back in the day, post office people would have stamp pads that they would rip stamps manually. You're sneezing, cells on your hand. These are speck of dust things. fact is, the best they got was 37 cells with the Exorcist letter. Okay, we've got 13 there, 17 there, and that's where they got the partial from. And as I learnt, that when it's that small, that it's contamination. The Amanda Knox case, that these people were handling her bra strap, or the victim's bra strap, but they handled other things. So they put like a speck of dust of cells on the bra strap to put Amanda Knox away. But other people, forensic DNA people, would say that's due to contamination for the size of the sample. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The Toschi letter, as I said, and it says DNA sample obtained, not authentic. That's the claim, but it's only compared to against the Exorcist letter. And so can I make a justification that the, what do you call it? The Toschi letter is legit. Of course I can. I will not be making this video otherwise. So, anyhow, oops, let's go back up. Toschi. Okay. Like I had this half wrong, but yeah, there was a series of stamps that had the same theme. And it's ironically, this is the Toschi here. Toschi, at Kid, all claiming to be Zodiac in the Channel 9 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 letter. Okay, this is the biggest link we're getting, okay, people. You want to solve Zodiac? This is all we've got to do. Find this Toschi profile. Okay, so we've got the Toschi letter here, the series of stamps, the whatever you call this set. Okay, and now look how similar the Toschi letter is to the Channel 9 letter. Number one, that I'll say they are that similar that they are written by the same person. They can be both forgeries. I don't care. You're allowed to do that. I'm allowed. You can, you know, say that is whatever. So anyhow, these letters, they both say, I'm writing for a good movie about me who will play me. I am in control now of all these things. And also the construction of the Y in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 letter and this one are the same. And so it goes, whoever plays me has his work cut out for him. See you in the news. So once again, see you in the news. He was already in the news, Earl Van Best Jr. And he's already been played. If you've seen Badlands, which is quoted in with Zodiac, and he's got weird stuff, I'm going to show this. You know, but how you acted. So also, that's what my point was, but 8 days apart, these letters are sent by the same person. You can say they're fake, and I'm happy for you to say that. But lo and behold, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 letter, look at this, everybody, that both these ciphers have the word boy, and especially the 340 has got by the boy, and that's where the reverse F earlier on becomes a B and the Y. Here's the B, and here it is the Y, and you could ask by the boy here that he's encrypted this message in here with this spacing, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all good children go to heaven. And then we got it here again appearing with this space patterning. So the question is, have I just proven that the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 letter is true? And if I have, is the Toschi letter true and the DNA profile they have got? It is so simple. Hey, people had to go at me, oh, we want evidence. Oh, do the evidence. Well, I'm stepping up. I'm challenging David. I'm challenging anybody else who wants to go back at me. I'm returning fire. That Earl Van Best definitely has to be the Zodiac. And what else was I going to show? So this is the Badlands bit, for example. Here, hybrid lettering. It talks about Badlands, but puts a stroke with the 5. Isn't that odd? To put that with the F symbol. And as I've got a little thing here, I have got this here. Does it represent this? You know, and we've got Gary. Get a load of that. Just imagine Gary appearing. How dare he appear there? It's a joke. It may not be him. And it may be him as well, because we've got more Garys with the boy. And also there's another Gary here. Let me have one quick look. I might have to go back. I'm not sure. But anyhow, I'm going to end this here, but I will go here. Scott Warnke, I could give you his email if I want to. But here's all the police. Tom Newstead, mobile phone number. Daniel Dedette. These are San Francisco cold case detectives. Got their phone numbers and took me tracking down, but here we go. You can have a look. Email, but again, so this is all I'm asking. Come on, Tosca, we're so close, and Gary Stewart is the key. And I just do one more thing here with Gary Stewart. Yes, so we're going again with this here. What's the odds of this? Zodiac 14, love heart in the skeleton's eye. People, love heart in the skeleton's eye. I love 14, and I just want to say, if there's a person named Nicole watching this, I've sent you some messages on Facebook, and I want you to become friends with me, because you're supposed to, because God reckons as well. So I hope you have watched this, and I'm talking to you, Nicole. I'm reaching out to you. Have faith in me, please. Anyhow, as I said, if you want something good to do with your life, believe me. Join me on my quest. That's my little ask. Once again, here's some more. Where Van Earl appears in the 340 at the top of the ZO. You put in, you switch the C and the L, add 408 keys on the rest, and Chandler comes up. What are the odds of that? Isn't that amazing? And then also Judy Chandler's birthday, 10th of the 8th or 8th of the 10th, you go down 10 and 8, you got Judy 14 encrypted there. Clear as day. I'll just move that along just in case you haven't seen that. As I said, it'll be in best name here. Like this is like replicated to die by best. How it appears in the 340. I'm telling you, man, this guy's Zodiac. And everyone's got their head up their rear ends. Oh, let's dismiss a person whose name appears. You know, yes, gee whiz, a person's name appears in both ciphers with ZO like 14 times, and it is something strange like that. It's so odd, but it's there. Oh no, we must dismiss that because Gary says so. Gary thinks his dad's the Zodiac, and David Oranchak debunked it with the documentary because they claim to have proper proof and they're not factual. So I'll leave that there. I hope you enjoyed my little entertaining rant. Goodbye.